Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Keep It Concise. Let's get into the show. Yo. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, ConcisetheBarber. We are here. We are back with another Keep It Concise podcast, man. Shout out to everybody that continues to come on this live, man, and really just, respect the channel, man. I appreciate y'all, man. For real. We're gonna do something interesting. What up, sis? What's going on? We're gonna do something interesting tonight, man. I just want to do something a little bit fun. Last week it was real serious. Elevation over elevation over distractions. And I really wanted y'all to understand that concept. And we really have to have that mindset, to be honest. But I really want to just do something nice and fun tonight. But before we do that, man, shout out where you're from. Tune in. Actually, share this live. Actually, if you're on YouTube, Instagram, you can hop on over there. But share the live with somebody, because I can't wait to see what y'all going to say about some of the things I'm going to talk about, especially who are the GOATs. But shout out where you're from. Neil, what's going on, man? Blessings to you, bro. Appreciate you continue to tune in. Much respect. I know y'all probably have some questions for me when it comes to some things. Richmond, Virginia in the house. Shout out to the 757. No, that's the 804. Shout out to the 804. Baldwin, New York. I don't know that area code. What is that? 716-843-943. What is that? I don't know that area code. What's going on, man? What up, man? Love your content. I appreciate that. Just finished watching the game. Yeah, shout out. You know what? I'm a Chargers fan, right? I'm a Chargers fan, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm mad that we even share our stadium with the Rams. But shout out to the Rams, man. That was a crazy game. Like, for real, the Bears actually made that game. That throw at the end with 18 seconds left was crazy. But anyway, let's get back. Oh, that's the 516. Baldwin, New York, 516. I remember that. Birmingham, Alabama, what's going on? I know your accent must be very country. I have two different accents. I could do country very well. But yeah, anyway. Matt, what's going on, man? Blessings to you. So let's go ahead, man, and let's just talk about this real quick, man. We're going to talk about some barber expos. Now, I'm not sure if any of y'all have been to any barber expos, but me, if you never been to a barber expo, I think that you should just at least get the experience once, you know what I mean? Maybe even 2 times. So this is just a few of them. I don't have them all. I mean, I can't do them all. But this is just a few. The 831 Barber Expo, I think that's in Cali. The Perks Barber Expo, that's in PA. Now, the March 8th is my birthday, so I don't know if I'll be going to any expos, but we'll see. IBS New York, I'm going to be honest with you. IBS New York is not just a barber expo. It's kind of like a beauty international expo. And the one in New York, honestly, is amazing. I don't know if I did a video on that one, but if I did, y'all should go look at that one. Yeah, you can go to YouTube. That's a dope one. Clutch Barber Expo from Sean Cuts Hair. This is his second or third expo that he is doing. I think that's out in Kentucky. JP, what's going on? Hop on over YouTube, bro. The Empire Barber Expo. Now, that one is in Canada. I've never been there, but it looks kind of dope. And yeah, y'all should check that out. Check that out as well. And then, of course, you got the CT Barber Expo, which is June 6th through the 8th. Now, if you are going to go to any expo, and if you probably do want to meet me, that's the one I'll be at, the CT Barber Expo. Lord willing, that's the one I literally go to like every year. So if you want to chop it up, but that's a dope expo to me. And also the Mohegan Sun, the casino where it's at. Me and my wife, we go every year. It's like a mini vacay for us. We take, we just take our time and we enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, my first year ever doing it, it was so pressing. Like, I was everywhere, man. Like, I didn't get no sleep my first expo. I say the first two expos, we didn't get much sleep. My wife looked at me. She was like, look, I'm not doing another expo like this. I said, all right, cool. So then we started really like taking out the time to just go and have a nice dinner, you know what I mean? And doing this and doing that. So the CT Barber Expo, it gives you all of those options because everything's at that casino, to be honest. But yeah, Barber Expos, right? If you've never been to one, I think you should. I think they're dope to have the experience and everything like that. Campo, what's going on? T Phase, Two Fades, what's going on? So that's that. And if y'all want to see everything that I'm talking about, just hop on over to YouTube. Let's talk about my goats, clippers and trimmers. And what you can do for me is in the comment section, as we're going through these slides, let me know which ones are your goats, to be honest. Like, I'm curious. I know my goats are not going to be yours, and that's perfectly fine. But these are my goats because this is my experience through barbering, right? Now, I know some of them are probably going to, I ain't going to say surprise you, but you might be surprised. Now, majority of my goats are old school. Old school is like, these are, if I had this lineup today, I'm all day with this lineup. Like, I can do anything and everything with this lineup. So he said, oh wait, we got El Paso, Texas, San Diego. Blessings, blessings. I appreciate y'all coming on. Sean Cut Hair is a good dude, CTB. Why most of the YouTube barbers influencers back off from doing is a good dude. Why most of YouTube barbers influencers back off from doing or lessen their content? What do you mean? I've got to Arizona Barber Expo, Texas Barber Expo, BarberCon, Dallas, Texas, and Blurred by the Bay. Yeah, if you can give me those dates, I'll put that on the next one. So we can all, so we can see where these places are, if they're even located, by us and stuff like that. Now that voice, what's going on? All right, so not posting the way they used to. I mean, Sean Cuts Hair, he does a lot. Honestly, I think that now that he has transitioned into being full time with Babeless, I don't know if like YouTube is like his full time thing anymore. But much respect to him though. All right, so let's get to the goats. Detachables. I'm doing detachables first. This is my goats of detachable because I didn't start out with the octanes, but I started out with the Oster 76s. Definitely a beast. No problem at all. But the octanes, hand down, is my goat. Now, the reason why you're seeing the series from Heiniger here as well is because they are the ones that created the octanes. It's kind of hard for me not to mention them when, as you can see in the photo, that yeah, they made them. So for me, sorry, y'all, I gotta adjust my mic. All right, so for me, when it comes to detachables, Oster Octanes is my goal, hands down. I got both of these today, and I use them all the time, to be honest. And I have some videos coming up because y'all been asking about detachables, and you'll get that. So that's my goal of detachables. What are your goals? Shaman focus had to change to education. Now, right, true. Oster 76 is my detachable choice right now. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I think the corded ones are still a beast. They're great. Okay, Campo said his is the BGRs, is his goats. There's nothing wrong with those too. They're a little bit smaller, compact, feel great in hand. Nothing wrong with them either. When it comes to detachables, there's nobody like, how can I say this? I don't think, now this is just my take. As a barber, I don't think there's nobody in the barbering industry that should never you should never go through your whole barbering journey without using a detachable. I think it's kind of a must. I do. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can let me know your thoughts on that, but I think it's a must that you use a detachable at least once in your lifetime. Try the blade method at least once, at least for a whole week. See, look, I never tried detachables, even though I've been in the barber game for 8 years now. The soldier barber life, my guy. Listen to me. You got to do it. It'll change your life. Now, this is what I mean. Even if you do it and use it right, and find out that you don't like them, I guarantee you might look at like the next time you cut with a different clipper or trimmer, you might look at things just a little bit more different. There's something that you can learn from using a detachable clipper. Even their blades, in the size of the blades, the numbers on the blades, the measurements on the blades, how they cut. Like I think that there's a healthy uh there's there's a healthy information within using them. There's like a wisdom that it gives you. Most people that know how to skip guards, honestly, and I'm not saying that people that never touch detachables don't know how to skip guards, but people that have used detachables and you skip guards, like there's like you will know how to do it even the more using detachables. I'm telling you, it's something about detachables that like it just gives you another way of looking at things. Two Fizz says he said try the 111s. Yeah, I don't know if he'll try those. I agree, but I will say clippers are so strong and well rounded that you don't need them. Okay, so I hear you, but I think it's a necessity to learn it. I don't think it's a necessity today that you have to cut with them all the time. But I definitely think learning the foundations of using detachables is a good thing to have under your belt. Detachables do a cleaner fade if you know how to use detachable blades. I will have to agree. I will have to agree. I'm the only one in the shop that uses the 76s. Everyone else uses octanes. Yeah, octanes is just a beast. They're a beast. I mean, most detachables are a beast, to be honest. There's room for detachables. Yeah, I think so. It would be nice to see. It would be nice to see companies actually get into detachables a little bit more. Now I know it's really not that cost effective probably for them, especially for like creating the clipper and also the blades and the multiple types of blades and making sure that you all can have a number one guard. I mean, a one blade, a 1A, a two, and like that's a lot. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. So we'll see. All right. So now we're gonna do corded. I'm gonna do corded. I think I'm gonna do corded clippers first. Corded clippers. What's your goat of corded clippers? Only if you want to make it. Okay. I could. Nope. So what's your goal of corded? Well, seniors. Okay. Okay. The problem with I have with the octanes is the noise decibel. Got you. And this power chief and the cadet shaver trimmer and the edger. Okay. You saying some old school ones that I don't even remember. Sometimes you have a spot in the fade and the detachables will clean it up. Yep. Yep. And it's master with taper blade. Okay. That's your goat? Your goat of corded clippers? I if anybody has followed me long enough, I think y'all know mines when it comes to the corded clipper. I mean, I can't back down now from it. Honestly, it's the only no, it's not. Because I do have two to three quarter clippers at the shop. But yeah, let me just go ahead and show y'all mines. Hands down. Go to quarter clippers for me is the Asta fast feeds. I'm a fast feed guy. I mean, respectfully, I had to give it to Jeezy. Jeezy is the one that made me like, you know what? Let me pick these up. And I picked these things up when I literally started cutting hair for real, for real. And I wasn't even watching 360 Jeezy for haircutting, y'all. I was watching 360 Jeezy for waves. I had waves back in the day. I know that might sound crazy, but it's true. Then I seen he was always cutting with these fast feeds, and I was like, let me try these things out. Let me see how well they cut. And if honestly, I think that they're good. If you're just starting out, the fast feeds is like a real good start out clipper. But once you master the fast feeds as you're growing, man, you start to see that there's another level to them, that they're a beast. So that's mine. I like the Wall Seniors and the Austin Fast Feed, 12 watts. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Even, yeah, the quarter seniors, I could easily see why some people will say the corded seniors or the corded masters. You can't go wrong with either or. I said, and this trimmer is the only corded machine I use. Got you. All my corded clippers are packed away. Yeah, the Andis Master with taper blade is my corded goat. Got you. That's dope. Yeah, mine's is the fast feeds. The fast feeds is the only corded clipper that I literally got all of them. And it was nothing but a color swap, right? So even back then, right? We was, I mean, I say that we complain about companies that do that now, but they was doing it back then. Like you had the burgundy, you got the black, the blue, the silver, you got the speed lines, you got the topaz, you got the fiber, the carbon fiber one. They had like all the colors, like for real, for real. But they came out with this ugly burgundy red. But every real fast feed people don't care. When it comes to this clipper, I don't care the color. You said then the Magic Clips was my first professional cordless. Got you. Anyone here have a BGR for sale? That's a good question. All right, so now we're going to do corded trimmers. Now, see, I had a hard time with this one. And it's not because of more so the version of it, right? Because I had a lot of versions. Well, I had 3 different versions of it. And I was trying to figure out which one is my goat when it comes to the corded trimmer. And I realized, like, for some reason, this one was the best of both worlds. Like this version, this edition was the best. He said corded T outliner, the GOAT. Okay, okay. All right, so now I'm going to ask which one. The gray corded T outliner, the GTX, like which one? What's your GOAT corded trimmer? If y'all see me bopping my head, it's because I got some music playing in the background. That was my first professional trimmer, the gray OG. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. The best outline was the black and gold outliner. Okay. Anybody else? What's your go corded trimmer? Look. Neil said the corded GTX. Respect. I think the GTX honestly gave you the like. I ain't gonna say the best. Yeah, the best of both worlds in a sense, right? I definitely think that if you knew how to uh get that trimmer, like I forget the word. I don't know why, but if you know how to tweak the trimmer, get the tension right, the spring, you got the right moon shape on the piece of the cutting blade, you got it gapped the right way. Man, I used to have fun doing all of that, man. He said the quarter and his T outliner, Gray Jones. That curve, thank you. I need your avocados. Say, no, that's cool. Thank you. He said the Gray Jones, that curve at the end of the cutting blade is sadly underrated. Underrated. Yeah, it is. But all right, so I'm gonna tell you mine's. Mine's is neither. It's not the grays or the GTX. Mine's is the Andes blackouts, the TI liners. This limited edition, the blackout, for some reason, these things, they was the feel of them. Now they're all kind of quiet, right? But this had a different blade. Well, it had the gray TI liner blade on it. It didn't have the GTX blade on it. But how this thing was hitting for me, and I still have it till this day. It's my goat, hands down. The blackout edition. This one, when I remember, how can I say this? I remember when they came out, Um, I got them. I got them for like I had them for like a week, and I love how they was cutting. Right, I picked up another one just cause I'm like, oh, I need to have a backup. Find out that me having a backup, right? It's a crazy story with these. This is probably why these are also my goats. When I had these backups, and at the same time, me having a backup, I was looking for a barbershop, like to go into. And I went to a barbershop and I'm like, you know what? I got these backups. Let me just check out this barbershop. And I go do that. And I'm like, yo, I got some trimmers I'm selling. I don't know why I just decided to sell them, but to me, it was like, it was my way in to really just observe and see everything. Instead of just going in there trying to get a haircut, I just really wanted to see, right? So I sold it. I sold my other ones that I had to the owner of the shop. And then I told him that I'm trying to become a barber and everything like that. I ended up being there for 3 to 4 years. It was kind of crazy. The anus black and gold eyeliner. It was the cord, the stable, non-functionating current because it was growing on the inside. Dope. He says, nah, CTB, you love the wall peanut. Nah, chill out. I've seen those, but never used them. Man, let me tell you something. The limited editions, for some reason, I don't know why, but they're my favorites. They're my favorites for real, for real. I had no problems with them at all. All right. Now let's get to the cordless. Now, for me, cordless can be like this, right? Like it could be up in the air. I think a lot of people um their goat cordless clipper, everybody's gonna be different. I guarantee if everybody put their comments, the cordless clipper, majority of them is probably all gonna be different. Somebody's gonna have something that's very, very recent or very, very OG. Most of the stuff I'm gonna say is OG. To some of y'all, some of it might be a little bit new, but most of mine is OG. I have to be honest, because when you talk about GOAT, like tried and true, you get what I'm saying, for years. So what's your GOAT cordless clipper? The peanut was not a bad trimmer at all. If you got those that hit, it was a problem. Yeah, to me, it was just like the feel in hand, like the feel in hand, like they were really small. So cordless, you say the Saber 2 is my goal. Okay. Okay. You said the Supreme Recharge. Okay. I knew this was coming. The JRL 2020C or the JRL Onyx is my GOAT cordless clipper. You know what, y'all saying some good ones, but I knew it was gonna be different. Sabers all day. Okay. Okay. Two for the Sabers. Then you got JRL. I knew somebody was gonna have JRL. You got Supreme Recharge. What are some more? Goat cordless clipper. I wish I had something to drink. My wife made me some avocado toast. I don't care about y'all, but if y'all ain't never had avocado toast, you need to get on that. What's y'all goat? Supreme Dark Star 82 and the second generation 72. Okay. Well, what's the goat? What's the goat? You said three of them. What's the goat? You only can pick one. I mean, to me, there's only one. You had to cut with that thing all day. So mine's is this. My GOAT cordless clipper is the Wall Cordless Senior. I was thinking about this. I was going back and forth with a few of them. Honestly, the Masters, the cordless Masters was one of them. JRL was one of them. Because I'm trying to like the 2020C. Magic clips I thought about, but when it really came down to like the gold cordless clipper, when I these gave me a different feel when I first got them in hand and how they cut. The wall cordless seniors, hands down for me, can is a beast today. It's a goal. So my whole lineup so far, like if I had these all right now, I can do some crazy work. For real, for real. That's my gold of cordless clipper is the wall cordless seniors. What's going on, Supreme? That can't be the only ones that people will say. What's your goats? The Sabres and the JRLs can't be the main ones. Ain't no way. I got love for the wall cordless senior. That was my third professional clipper I had. Respect. Nah, I had, man, I don't know. I had to go back to some photos because I became a clipper junkie very early um, in my days. I had the cordless seniors, the Sterling fours, the Magic clips. I had some stuff, man. I gotta go back to my first video. If you ever go back to my first YouTube video, it's for one, it's terrible, right? It's terrible. But I had some stuff, man. Supreme recharge all day for me. Okay, got you. But yeah, for me, it's the wall cordless seniors. So what about goat cordless trimmer? What's your goat cordless trimmer? You know what, Neil? I was waiting for somebody to say this. The FX1 low pro babeless. I'm like, where's babeless at? There's somebody gotta be on the babeless team when it comes to cordless clipper. I can understand that. I can see how you can say that's up there. Before I got the low pros, like feel in hand, I say the seniors was like, oh, they gave us this nice little groove right here, so my thumb can rest at. I was like, oh man, we doing things now. Just that little curvature. To me, like the seniors kind of started a lot of stuff. We might not, we might agree, might not agree, but well, maybe not start some stuff. But when it came to the cordless side, like they started caring about how it felt in hand. You know what I mean? All right, what about your cordless trimmer? What's your GOAT cordless trimmer? Supreme 2 speed. Okay, okay. What's going on, Dan? I knew somebody was gonna say this. Saber trimmer. I knew somebody was gonna say that. I get it. I get it. I'll be honest, it's not my GOAT, but I get it. I get it. GOAT of cordless trimmer. There's a lot of trimmers out. There's a lot of great ones. Look, Saber trimmer. I feel like a lot of people are going to say the Sabers. That's your GOAT. I'm surprised. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm surprised. It's only two responses. I think there's going to be like another group of people that's going to say, "What? I'm not. I was not thinking that." Where's the Gold FX people at? Where's the Gold FX people? Y'all got to be here. There's no way that. Let me turn this. No, let me stand over here. That's probably why. And let me move y'all over here. Okay. There's no way. There's no way that there's not people. You said I'll pick Cyborg trimmer over the Saber. Okay. There's no way that there's no Gold FX people. Now, Mr. Williams says wall high vis goat hitter trimmer. Nape area though, Onyx trimmer. I mainly use trimmers for only lining though. Got you. Now, before the Saber, my goat was the Goat FX OG. Okay, 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 okay. Granny Gems, blessings. It's been a minute. Cyborg trimmer. Okay. The Saber made me retire my Gold FX. Jeez. Gold FX trimmer changed the game. Okay, so that's why you calling it the GOAT? Best all-around trimmer is the Supreme 2-speed detachable trimmer. Okay. I haven't used that. So we got two. Well, no, we only got one OG for the Babeless. No, we got a wall high vis and an onyx trimmer before the Babeless OG. Come on, y'all. Come on. Like let's be real. They definitely are GOAT. How can I say this? They definitely in the GOAT picture when it comes to cordless trimmers. But there is a lot out. You know what I mean? I had the Gold FX for like 4 years straight until the Sabres came out. Nothing came close until that drop. That's true. That's true. That's true. How many? I don't know how many Gold FXs I had. See, I had a few of them though. I'm not even gonna lie. You said they're not reliable and they got so darn loud. That's why nobody wants OG Babels. I mean, they did get loud because I even made a video on it. I was in Japan. Okay. Hopefully you had a great trip. He said, hey, the Sabres did make me retire my Gold FX also. I only use Sabre trimmers for small vertical bars though, because there's one Stylecraft blade that's slim like the Slimline. Got you. That makes sense. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all mine, right? A few of y'all said it, but it ain't the Sabre. It ain't the high vis. It ain't the Onyx. But for me, it's the Cyborg trimmer. Now, recently, Bazio did like a reaction video to my awards, and he didn't like he didn't like that I had the Cyborg trimmer up there. But let me tell you something, man. Much respect to him, right? But I don't care. This joint is the GOAT. This you can't tell me that this thing cannot do anything and everything under the sun. Once I got these in hand, and I wasn't even expecting them. I remember when I first got them, I'm like, okay, these look cool, they dope, they different. But once I really started using them, I was like, wait a minute. I mean, the Sabres were dope, but this is an all metal body, feels great in hand with the one blade, and it's still quiet with USB-C. Dang. These, honestly, I had the Sabres and the Cyborgs, and I forgot about the Sabres for a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I picked them back up, I was like, oh man, these things feel like they're good, they're light, but the Cyborgs makes me feel like I need to use them. There's like there are certain tools that you use that it's like it's on a station and it's like, yo, now you know you got to use me, right? Like that's what the Cyborgs was telling me every time I came into the shop. So the Cyborg is the GOAT of cordless trimmers for me. Just the GOAT. And nothing has replaced it yet. And the main reason why is because through the test of time, it stayed true. Now I know my top five, and I know what won the award and all of that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about GOAT. Like we know, tried and true. This thing is not nothing to mess with. Yeah, bro. The Cyborg is the truth. The Cyborg reminds me of the Master Clipper because of the weight. You don't have to do that much work. It does the work for you because of the weight. Yeah, yeah. So honorable mention and the Slimline Pro. Respect, respect. I appreciate that, soldier. You're right. That is a healthy honorable mention. I think the Cyborg trimmer is neck to neck with the Sabre. It comes down to preference, but that USB-C and those dots that show the battery state puts the Cyborg over the Sabres for me. Yeah, I mean, the build quality is better. It just is like gamma side of things. Majority of the times, the build quality is better. So for me, it's the cyborg, man. I didn't really have to think too hard on this one, but I was going back and forth with some recent stuff that came out. But I got to give that stuff like maybe a year or two, 2 more years to see if it can take over the cyborg. I don't see why not, but I just couldn't give it GOAT status just yet. I just couldn't do it yet. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of that. All right. So look, I was just hold on. No one has set a vector motor for the trimmer or clipper as the GOAT. I mean, why? Okay. Let me ask this. Is a vector motor, clipper, or trimmer all day, every day type of clipper and trimmer? Is it? As a GOAT. As a GOAT. You said, nah, bro, too loud. Now I have some that are quiet. I'll be honest. To me, it's getting to the point. It's not even about sound. I have I have two that are quiet. Nah, special use when you need that power. Like for me, it's like, okay, let's look at my lineup, right? How much power, how much torque, motor, battery life do you think that my all my stuff really has? If you notice, a lot of my stuff is like low RPMs but crazy high torque, right? Like octanes. The RPMs for the octanes is like 38, 39, 43 RPMs, but the torque monster. Fast feeds are like what, 55? They're in the five. They ain't even 6,000, I think. I mean, and it's black outliners. Now, those are magnetic, but it's corded and it's quiet. Cordless seniors, rotary motor, torque. Brushless motor. This is the only brushless motor on here. This is kind of crazy. What's going on, Des? I need, so if y'all can do this again for me, what is your GOAT detachable, your corded trimmer, your corded clipper, your cordless clipper, and cordless trimmer? I need to know y'all lineup. You don't usually you don't usually daily drive your project muscle car the same way with the vector motor. Special use, special occasion. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with them. I love all types of motors. You know what I mean? I love them all. But do I think that's the one all be all? Nah, nah. I think the loudest thing that I have is my detachables. Maybe, maybe the wall singers, but they're not that loud. But yeah, my detachables is the loudest things that you'll hear. But crazy enough, my Heinegers um, are quiet. They're quieter, detachable. But everything else I got on my lineup is quiet. Ain't much. I gotta give me a detachable. Des, you never use a detachable? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But yeah, so next thing I was going to talk about, if anybody would like to go live with me, I'll give everybody about a healthy 5 minutes. I'll probably take three people because we're going to be on a like strict kind of time. If you want to go live, let's go ahead and do it on YouTube. You can just email me at my ConcisetheBarber at Gmail. If you want to go live, you don't have to, or we could do a quick Q&A. That's perfectly fine. But I just want to give people the opportunity. We could talk about your goats and go from there. Y'all let me know. I look mad tall. Like I look mad tall, but it's not that. It's just my ceiling's low. I want to see how I do with them. Yeah, you got to see how you do with detachables, bro. You got to see how you do with the detachables. So yeah, for all those that might have missed this as well, these are all the back. These are not all, but these are some barber expos. The dates. Um, if you've never been to one, go ahead and check them out. I definitely think that'll be dope first experience. You know what I mean? I've done it for a few, but there's the ones I went to: CT Barber Expo, Orlando Premiere. I've been to IBS New York. I haven't been to Berks County, even though it's like right down the street from me, but it falls on my birthday, so it's kind of hard. I would like to go to Clutch Barber Expo. I think that would be dope. 831 Barber Expos in Cali, Empire Barber Expos in Canada. I think that'll be fire too. But yeah, definitely want to go to more. I wanted to go to one in Salt Lake City. Rumble in the Rockies, I think that's the one it's called. I don't know what if they're doing. I think that's in October, but I've always wanted to go to that one. But if anybody wants to hop on the live, come on, come on, come on. Let's go ahead. If not, let's do a Q&A. Two fades. Yes, you can. Just hop on my YouTube. I'm live right now. So you can go ahead and see all the dates. Concise the Barber on YouTube. You can just follow me there. I will be at this one. I will be at the CT Barber Expo, Lord willing. So if you do want to meet, that'll be that one I'll be. I definitely want to go to the CT Barber Expo. That'll be the next one I go to. Yeah, and I love the fact that they did it in June 6th through the 8th, which means literally for I don't know why where I live, my child literally gets out of school that week. So for us, oh yeah, I might take an extra day. Might stay there an extra day. But two phases, just hop on YouTube. And let me know once you're on YouTube so I can pull it back up. All right. These are the Barber Expos and the dates. But if you have any questions, let me know. If not, we can hop on the live or we could be done. I just wanted to make this evening a little bit light. Last week I felt like was heavy. I think I'll do that like every now and then. If I got a real strong message for y'all, the next week will probably be something nice and fun and enjoyable. Not saying that wasn't enjoyable, but I like to mix it up. As a matter of fact, if you want to screenshot this, you can screenshot it so you'll know. But yeah, my goats, hands down. Can't go wrong with them bad boys. Definitely can't go wrong with them either. If y'all go ahead and online and try to find these. You'll probably find the price of these like 200, 160, 170. These are really, really hard to find. And these are real easy to find, but I don't know if people really rock with the cordless seniors. I think what I want to do is get them and do it like a tutorial with them, just to show y'all that they still in the flow. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab the cordless seniors. And these are just a beast. Yeah, they're just a beast. Babyliss changed the game with the Gold FX. See, I was waiting for somebody to say that. They changed the game with the gold effects, but a lot of people on here had the sabers. Look at this. Look what this person said. The saber made me retire my gold FX. I had a gold FX for like 4 years straight until the sabers came out. Crazy. I had some dark mid evil singers coming soon. I might show it tomorrow. That's dope. LMR Creations, what's going on, bro? I see you putting in that work, man. Your content is doing good, man. But yeah, those are my goals. I don't know if they'll like change much, but we shall see. Look at this question. Y'all think we'll get a detachable vector motor? Uh, I mean, I can see them doing it because it's different, but what would be the use of it? Campo says, yeah. What would be the use of it? And there's a reason why I'm asking that is because, all right, we got this type of motor. It comes with this certain type of blade setup. For it to be a detachable option, that means there's going to be a different type of blade setup. So what would that different blade setup be that's going to give me something different using this type of motor? What do you think of the Exceed trimmers? Honestly, they're dope. I actually have them on, for sale right now, but they're dope. But the main reason why I have them for sale is because I have five of those same exact trimmers, like the Panasonics. Okay. But yeah, my question is what are we going to get different when it comes to the detachable option? When it comes to a clipper having a vector motor with a detachable blade, is it going to have two speeds? That to me, that's when it will be like, okay, that makes sense. Vector motor, two speeds. Well, I guess a vector motor can't have two speeds, huh? Can a vector motor have two speeds? Or am I just tweaking? Panasonics have 6 blades for it, and you can just adjust them down each blade. So it's a detachable clipper, basically. What do you think about the blur blade? Haven't used it. I know that sounds crazy. And it's a vector motor. See, with a different, like if you got a rotary motor, brushless motor, you're using the detachable option. To me, that makes sense. But a vector motor that revs up to whatever speed, 8,000 to 11,000 RPMs, what is it going to, what's the purpose, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Is like, what's the purpose that it's going to give you when I take this blade off and put this blade on? Though blur blade needs more teeth, just like the West Tech, you got to comb the hair. I don't know. I feel like you would be overworking a clipper with a vector motor detachable. How would that affect longevity? That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Thank you, brother. Just trying to do the right thing and stay consistent. There you go. There you go. Gotta show up different in 2026. Classic Samurai, blessings to you. But yeah, I'm a detachable vector motor clipper. All right, so hear me out. I think if a detachable vector motor clipper came out, is it using detachable blades? Then to me that would make sense. Are we getting it like this? Like the Octanes and the Sirius and the Supras, and are we getting it like this? For me, I would probably be like, okay, okay. To me, that would make sense. But if you're doing it in like in the form of an adjustable clipper like this, I think it'll be more effective like this using detachable blades. So now we already got the blades set up. If you already got these blades, you don't have to buy extra blades. You get what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts. Not like the Super Octane. Yeah, but I think it would be dope if they did. Put a vector motor in that. Two speeds, and you already got the blades? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But that was a good question though. Detachable vector motor. Blades go dual over time. They could. I could see that. I think the quality of a detachable blade will last a lot longer than an adjustable blade with that vector motor. It's the rev liner that's going to hinder it. I get what you're saying. But yeah, seed trimmers are dope. I do like them. I just don't need six of them. Just imagine an Octane or Heineken with a vector motor. One swipe too fast, the haircut's gone. Be cooked like be cooked like ribs falling off the bone. Yeah, that would be crazy because of the friction of the blades. I honestly think this. I think it can happen, but I think what needs to be taught, like, how can I put this? Let's think of it this way. And I honestly think that I'm actually giving some healthy idea on this. If somebody takes this idea, y'all know y'all heard it from me first. When it comes to the vector motor, right? Me respectfully, I think that if it can be tuned down a little bit, I think that you'll probably get the best of both worlds. Here's why I say that. Now, some say, well, it doesn't have the highest torque, so it's gonna it's gonna get caught, right? But to me, I honestly think that the blade setup still matters when it comes to that. Because honestly, there's a lot of vector motors that come with a thin blade, but they don't come with a thick blade with strong teeth like that with the fast feeds, right? So let's just say they came out with a vector motor clipper, right? And it can rev up. But let's say the RPMs is at, let's say 65,000 to 900, 6,500 to 9,000, right? Let's just say that's the vector motor's RPM range. With the right type of blade, let's say like the detachable blades, I think that would be a monster. Now I could be wrong, but I definitely think that would be like the one all be all. I have this recorded, so I know y'all heard it from me first. What do y'all think about that? The internal components of a vector motor is plastic. That's the problem that happens is when oil deteriorates. They need to figure out a way for the pinion arm to work without plastic components. Got you. I think, yeah, if they can look, I agree. 65K to 9K vector with detachable blades would be a beast. I honestly think so. I think so, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I think that would be a problem. I will be teaching my first professional class February 2nd. What is the best advice I should share to the class? It's a clipper class covering blades, motor, sanitation, quality, and branding. Uh JL cuts me up. Let me let me see. Because I think I can give you a quick question, but before you do that class, man, reach out to me. Send me an email and let's set up a call. I'll just tell you my experience of what I talked about. I actually did a class with all the different type of clippers and trimmer, like all the different type of clippers with motors, and I had all the lids off. So I gave them a visual and I told them what I use and why I use it and what time to use it, depending on hair textures and all of that stuff. So yeah, send me an email. We can go from there. But congrats on doing the class though. A ceramic coarse cutter on a fast feed was legend. Yeah, yeah. I put a vector motor in the Annis Masters using pinion arms for the master and it worked, but someone stole it. Man, that's whack. Who out here stealing clippers? Crazy. Appreciate you. You're welcome. But yeah, I think from 6.5K to 9K vector motor with detachable blades. Now it could now if this detachable, yo, I honestly think my ideas. I need to shut up. I need to shut up. Like that's how I honestly feel right now. And I don't mean to say shut up, but I just need to stay quiet. I think that would be fire. I think that would be fire. What about a brushless detachable clipper? I think that's coming. I definitely think that's coming. It's on my page. You'll see it if you check the master first cordless master with a vector motor. Okay, gotta go. Good night, Chad. CTB. Have a good one, Two Fades. Appreciate you coming in. Any other questions? Man, you know what? I'm bugging. What do you prefer, brushless or vector? As of right now, I'm gonna say brushless. Nothing wrong with vector. I do like vector. You know what I mean? I do. But if I prefer, like you're gonna prefer, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be intrigued to see your review of the detachable unknown trimmer. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming soon. That's coming soon. We have cordless detachables with brushless motors already. Brushless all day, more reliable. Any other questions? I watched your Saber versus T45 video, and my question is this: durability. No one speaks on the body durability when dropping a clipper. Plus, I heard they are dropping a gold series. Who's dropping a gold series? Where you hear that from? Where you hear that from? Are they dropping a gold series? How you find out before me? Um, let me stop messing. When it comes to durability, right? Respectfully, I can definitely say the T45 is more durable. Um, how is the build, right? The build. If you drop that clipper compared to the Saber, I honestly think the Saber will actually be it will have more damage faster than the T45s. Concise, I tried my Onyx clipper for the first time and they were not cutting. It makes me want to buy the Saber too. Do I just need to zero gap them? Uh I ain't never heard that one. When I tried my Onyx clipper for the first time, they were not cutting. When you say they were not cutting, what do you mean like they were not cutting? Like they just continue to keep getting stuck? 45 tune. I got the hookups. When you did a review on the Tune 45, you made them go at the end. Bazio said he liked that. Yeah. So let me tell y'all about that, right? Because not even trying to be funny. My mind wasn't thinking like, oh, let me go ahead and make this gold so they can come out with a gold version. No, my main reason why I made it gold is because I literally wanted to make the trophy to whatever won. You get what I'm saying? Like I did that with did I do it with the shaver? I think I did. Hopefully I did. I did it with the shaver, the trimmer, the clipper. Even I did it with the guard. Did y'all see my gray JRL guard? I mean my gold JRL guard. I even did it with that. So for me, I was just making it a trophy of whatever that product was in gold because trophies are gold. So I wasn't even thinking about them literally gonna come out with a gold series, which would be crazy. But yeah, if they do that, that's dope. If they don't, I mean that's cool. Meaning I was getting a carpal tunnel trying to blend it out. Once I pulled out my FX clipper, it took it the right. Yeah. All right. So if that is the case, then I would say, see where it's really set at. And if adjusting it does make a difference, then do that. If it doesn't for you, then respectfully try the Saber too. But I never had a problem with my Onyx. I don't know what that means. No, to be honest, bro. I don't know what that means. Gonna Get Them One More Time. I was upset. And Tune 45. Better Call Them Concise Tune 45. Yeah, that would be crazy. Tune in Gold. I mean, if you think about it, like, why not? I mean, the first barber I was recognized has a tune. A lot of times, Egypt, tune, gold. Kind of makes sense. You say think gold is played out? I don't know. I mean, all day, every day clipper, maybe so. But I think like having a gold clipper is like one of those clippers that it's like uh you just have. Like it's just something it can be like just for visuals. Like how for me, this is a visual. I don't use it. It's just dope to have. How are the Supreme Trimmer 2-speed clipper and recharge? I'm not sure. You can ask Campo though. He will know. Any other questions? I'm just letting y'all know right now my mind is spinning. My mind is spinning right now. I was doing too much talking. I had it had put on paper, so-called paper. Amazing I got the 245 blade on mine. You know, there's a few blades. I did start switching some blades up and I'm gonna do some videos on it. But there are some blades is that you just can't. You can't like not use. All right, let me hit this. All right, turn that off. Why do you think why do you think about TPO being hype? I personally think Jada's don't compare in the big league of elite Clippers. Um, I'm honestly I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a hype thing or not, or if they compete or they don't compete. To be honest, I think that people, I think some people do like things that are more budget friendly. I think majority of people want to save more money, so they go to the thing that's more budget friendly. And then some say that the performance is good. And hey, there's a lot of good stuff out here today. I don't know if it's a hype thing or not. To me, it's just about support. You know that new Clipper Company trimmer fits our blade. Okay. People out here saying the best clipper of all time. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get people that's gonna say that. And that's perfectly fine. It's their perspective. You know, it's their opinion. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I don't use those products, so I really wouldn't know. I don't have anything great or terribly bad to say about anything of it. Just don't use it. Fade and comb, blessings. What's going on with you? So I'm about to get up off of here, but I want to talk about something real quick. Just real quick. Y'all let me know. I think this is, and honestly, I'm just gonna talk about it real quick, and then I'm gonna go. How can I say this? I'll probably go do it like more of a deep dive later, if that's okay with y'all. If y'all want to know more about this topic, we can do a deep dive. Best five all time. I just did that. I just did that. Dylan, Dylan. Stupid. Stupid. Um, what do y'all I can't stand this word, but I'm just gonna say it because this is the most common word that most people use, right? What do y'all think about influencers? Um, how do I want to say this? Not what do you think? Do you think? That's better. Do you think that do you think influencers should be paid for their content? Well, when I say content, meaning like doing content. Yes or no? Do you think influencers should be paid? Or do you think they shouldn't be paid? And can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference when an influencer is paid compared to an influencer that's not? Yes. Check your email. I will. Yeah, yeah. So paid by who? Great, great question. You said yes, I can tell. Okay. So you think influencers should be paid by the brand, by the brand. Let's say Nike wants me to uh they like my content, right? Right? They like my content. They're like, hey, we want to send you some sneakers. They're just coming out. We would love for you to do a video on them. You think I should get paid or nah? For any company that requires your assistance, you should be paid by that company as an influencer. Okay. This is a good one right here. Yes, but depending on what they are influencing about, people that get paid to deceive should not. Correct. If you are if you are part of deceiving anything, you should that's corrupt in itself. Don't influencers get paid by YouTube? They can. Not all influencers do. But before the influencers get paid by YouTube, YouTube gets paid by the influencers. YouTube ain't just handing out free money. Concise, how do I build my clientele? Um, Honestly, social network, meaning that honestly showing up, speaking to people, let them know what you do, low hanging fruit, family, friends, cousins. Honestly, uh, tell some of your clients, make sure their haircuts is fresh because they're walking marketing and they say, hey, you bring two people to me, your next cut is for free. That's some good ways. For example, those Andes influencers are straight deceiving. I can't say all of them. I can't speak for them. I can't say that they're deceiving or not because there are some that are very genuine that I know of personally. Influencers also shouldn't just do it for the money. They should get paid for their purpose and the topic of which they are contributing to society. Okay. So when you that makes healthy sense. But let me ask you this. when you say they shouldn't do it for the money, um, that's 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 very key. That's very key. I'm That's very key. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about that. Uh, should I use a Barber card? I mean, you can, but it's not the one all be all. Affiliate discount codes pay influencers. Yeah, it does. It does. Now, fade and comb. Let's say you invested into a company, right? And let's say you get 10% on the shares, right? And at this time, the company was doing okay, but now they're booming, right? And you're still getting 10% on the shares. Wouldn't you want the option to be able to see if you can increase your shares? Or do you feel like you need to stay fixed? But if you can increase your shares, how do you still where does the dividends come in at? I'm just speaking like business wise. Some politicians are paid to deceive, but we are not going to go there. And sure, I can't get with that janky folk out here deceiving people. Got you. Woodshed barber is cool. What is your favorite all around blade of all time? Mine's is the fat blade by Annis. That's what I started with. Mine's is the fast feed blade. Again, who got some BGRs for sale? Okay. So I'm a shine light on this, but we can if y'all want to, because I know that this is like a thing. If for any reason, okay, let's go back to Nike. Nike likes my content. Nike sees that people watch my content. Nike noticed that when people watch my content, that people actually act on the content that I give out, right? So Nike want to give me some shoes. If I'm Let me ask y'all, why is Nike sending me shoes? Because they like me? Why are they sending me shoes? This is a real question. Why is Nike sending me shoes? Burgers. No, BGRs. Those are Andis Clippers. Einstein. Those are Andis Clippers. But do you truly like them or are you just getting paid to promote? The money shouldn't be the intention. That's a healthy question to ask. I mean, that's definitely a personable question. You got to understand who you're doing business with, right? You got to understand their intent. Like, why are they doing this? Give away one pair to sell 100. They are sending you shoes because you are a part of the culture. The part of the culture to do what? Like what culture? What culture am I a part of? The YouTube content creation culture? So many eyes are on you. Yeah, but why are so many eyes on me? Not the business, but you. You should be rewarded For business, of course, but your review shouldn't be swayed upon the amount of dollars given. Right, of course. Your review should be out of honesty, regardless the money. Exactly. Exactly. I'll be honest with you. I don't care how much money you send me. I don't. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And I'll let you know that. My whole thing is that if I can't be honest with you and your brand, but I know how much money you give me, then we have two different outlooks. You're not just a part of the YouTube content creation culture, but they also respect your candor. And you are actually a barber. True. I respect that. Nike is a public stock company. Are any companies on that level? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit. You ready? How many of us has ever marketed on Google? Did some Google ads? Anybody done that? Done Google ads? If you ever done Google ads, how much does Google ads cost? Like, not cost, but it could be costly. Let's say like a month, it could be costly. That should be with everything in content creation. Too many influencers focus on getting money. YouTube pays based on certain criteria, which promotes certain content and amount of views per vid. Right. That's true. But YouTube gets paid first. Before they even send you a check, they're earning. They're earning from your page because you're on their platform. I'm not even talking about focus on getting the money. I just ask if do you think influencers should be paid? Honestly, I'm not focused on the money part in the sense of like how I'm going to talk about something. If you give me a $3,000 check, I'm gonna talk something into. I'm gonna talk. No. To be honest, you actually kind of have a barber that will let you know. I'll speak to you behind closed doors, let you know, hey, such and such, and then let you know that that's what I'm going to say publicly. So, barber plug trying to get that Nike check though. They said the new shoe is made for barbers. Get that bag. Right. Yeah, but the money comes with certain expectations. That is very, very true. So, what is the expectation? That is, that's true. Okay, so if I'm a sneaker person, right? I gotta, you know, let's say my channel, my responses, let's say in the comments, you get, Nike sees that some person said, yo, I'm buying these, I'm buying this, and I'm buying that. I appreciate you. And they see that. They know, for one, when a brand comes to you, right? That in itself is a business move for them. Automatically, off rip. They not trying to be, not to say that they don't think that you're a cool person, but it's like this is not a buddy buddy type of situation. They have a business. They have a business. That's number one. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking business to business because the person doing content, respectfully, if you want to see it that way or not, is business. It is a business. So if I created a platform that's going to expose any product, guess what? That's a marketing strategy for them. So let me go ahead and give this to you so you can put this product in front of your people and so your people can make a response to it. That's the business side on their end. Any brand knows that. It's crazy, not to say it's crazy, but sometimes I've seen it too many times where barbers, some people in the industry will get will get bashed because of they got paid to do some content. But let me how can I say this? To be a full-time barber, full-time content creator, take out the time to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this to get you that review. For you to like it, say, hey, this is great, right? You don't even start off YouTube making money. You have to hit a certain criteria. So not anything that you create on YouTube or even Instagram or even TikTok or whatever like that, it's not instant, but you put in all this work to create it. Some people don't do much work, but some people do. But either way, you value how they go about their business. When I say their business, I mean their channel. And the clipper, the trimmer, whatever it is, the product that it is, every time that you only think it could be honest is when it's not a paid review. I'm gonna call Cat. I'm gonna call Cat. Now I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that there's not people out here that are doing it for the money. There probably is a good amount of people, but that ain't everybody. Also, the same with brands. Not every brand is like, oh no, yeah, we can't do business with you because you're looking at things in a business way. I'm always, I'll be honest with you. I'm a barber first. I'm a barber first. I love products. I love cutting hair. I'm a barber first. So of course, would I love to try the newest things? Yes. But if you want to me to market your stuff, no matter if I say it is good or bad, somebody still might say, hey, you know what? That's worthy on my station. I'm gonna go grab it. Right? You give it to me, let's say so-called for free. There's nothing free. That's why I always say that. But 10 people buy something that's worth $200. You just made 2 grand off of that. I'm trying to help y'all see something. They got paid to do content. Are folks getting mad because someone is getting paid to work, especially when it's genuine work? I don't know if people are getting mad, but I don't think people understand the concept of marketing on the brand side. It's marketing. How many brands have you see, right? Somebody gives out a dope cut with that product. That person has 10,000 views. That brand will take that, share it on their page, put a link, buy now. Did that person just, in this industry, I'm just going to tell you honest, that person basically just did free marketing for that brand. Ho, ho, ho. Why would I pay you to bash my product though? That's the issue with paid promo. Money is involved, which comes with certain expectations. Of course, it is 8879. An amazing question. An amazing question. You know why? You know why you do this? Why would I pay you to bash my product? Here's the reason why. And I honestly think that it's a smart thing to do. Anybody that has invented anything, right? There's something called a test run, right? You give it to the people, and let's say you come out with something that's new, brand new. You give it to people that's a test run, right? They will tell you that right there will let you know. But respectfully, the test run is not always free, but sometimes it might cost. But if you get it into the right hands, this person actually can help your product and your business. It's not about bashing your product, but I'm trying to help you elevate. Now, if you don't want that, if you want me to lie and say, hey, if you want me to be the person that's in the booth with you, and you come out with certain songs and everybody saying it's fire, and I'm supposed to just agree because I'm in there with you. Yeah, that ain't me. If I want you to be great, I'm going to tell you the real. So honestly, it's not about bashing your product, but you want honesty. So yeah, you're not paying me to bash your product. For one, you're putting it in the right hands, and I'm going to give you clarity. But I'm not going to give you clarity in a way that actually is going to make it seem like I'm belittling you. That's why you got to put it in the right people's hands. Most people that watch my content know that I can say, hey, this is great and this is not great, or this stays on my station, this doesn't stay on my station. Here's my observation section. This is something I would do different, right? Most people know that this content is not just for the barber, but also for the brand. You know how many times I got feedback from brands? You know, I'm like honestly sat in meetings with brands about a certain product because they appreciate my real honesty to the point that I'm not even bashing them. I'm not one of those people like, oh, this is trash. I don't know what they was thinking. Da 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 da. There's no point for that. There's no value in that for me. But I can tell you where you can adjust. That's what I'm talking about. So of course, yes, pay. If you come out, and honestly, here's another thing. If I come out with a product, right? If I come out with a product and I want to get it in 10 barbers' hands, and I'm like, hey, look, this is my product. I came out with this. I definitely think it's gonna be dope. I'd love to have it in your hands. What do I need to do for you to put it out there? To look it over. I want some feedback myself, but also you posting. Whatever you say is what you say. Because honestly, I stand 10 toes down on my product. But if Concise says something needs to be adjusted, guess what? We go, hey, look, y'all, we got something we got to look at. Is that not being for the industry? It's the real question is why would you want to give somebody a product that you're gonna pay them just so they can say nothing but happy things about it? And it has nothing to do about being real. I think that's where we dropped the ball in this industry. Because I'll be honest with you, my wife, she's in the hair industry, the braiding industry, right? We got some people that's in the cosmetic industry. I know some people that's in the tech industry. I know people that's in like the social media day in a life industry, right? If I told y'all what brands pay in these industries, y'all would probably think I'm crazy. But somehow, somewhere in the barbering, like, let me just say this in the tech industry, right? Like people that do reviews on cameras, tech, anything tech. You know how many times people done bash Samsung and iPhone? Not bash, but like they had some things to say about it and they got paid $20,000 to do it and they still wasn't pleased with the product. Tw- Yeah, crazy. Because this world is all about money. If people hear good things, if people hear good things a certain amount of times, they will think it's a good product and will buy it. Negativity doesn't drive sales. Oh, negativity, sadly, well, I ain't gonna say sadly, but negativity definitely can drive sales. It just all depends on how you go about your negativity. Somebody that says, yo, that's great. This is good. This is good. This is amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, some people will buy it. Definitely so. But there's also another type of people that says, oh, this thing is trash. This thing is trash. This thing is trash. And you can be like, man, it can't be that bad, right? So let me try it out for myself. when you have somebody that's honest on both ends, hey, this is good, and you see the reports of what they say was good, people respond and say, hey, thank you, that was good. When you say, hey, you know what, they can adjust in this area, and somebody says, you know what, I experienced the same thing and I noticed this as well, and they're honest on both spectrums, negativity definitely can increase. Uh, it definitely does drive sales, just not in the way that you probably think, because the brands are going to look at the negativity as that's an improvement. Like we have some things to improve on. Sometimes people's you can have so much of a bad start, right? That everybody's talking about it, right? And then you can come out with something again. Guess what? People are still talking about your bad start. That you can come out with a second product, right? Get it in somebody in the right hands of of a person. Now people are rethinking, like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try that. I'm gonna go back to that. What's going on, Fatal? So to me, both can drive sales. It just depends on how you navigate it. If you heard that bioengineered food was bad for you, but can give you bigger chicken legs, would that make you want to buy it? I mean, honestly, I think we hear about food being bad for you 24/7. I think everybody's supposed to eat air, and that's the only way to stay healthy. I think there's also foodies that be like, hey, this is a triple double decker, 8 different cheese on a bun YouTube video, and people trying it at home, even though they know that can kill them. I've been using the West Tech Clipper all weekend, and you can say once you get the learning curve down, it's really good. I can't wait. Eat air. Hey man, you never lie. Nah, for real. Like I think we hear about cautions of food all the time. How many times somebody say, yo, that's so bad for you, but it tastes so good. Like the opposite always attracts, man. But nah, I was just saying that, and like I said, what we talked about, that's surface. That's kind of like surface when it comes to like paid collaborations and stuff like that. What we talked about was surface. I can do like we can go even deeper. To me, it's at the end of the day, it's how to for me, I look at it as if you respect the person's content, if you respect, how they go about whatever they do, and you're in the industry to whatever they're talking about, you're paying them for how they go about their process. You're paying them for to be honest and true. And basically you're paying them for their time. Like now, the end result, you take that chance. I honestly think that every brand takes that chance on what somebody's going to say about their stuff. Today, it just so happens that content today it looks so on the well, you should do it for free because if you only do it for free, that's the only way I trust you. Okay, yeah, we need to do better. Then we need to do better because content creation is not. It's not a hustle. This is people's lifestyle. Now, respectfully, I'm still a barber. I still cut hair, but people are full time content creators, and the only way they should get paid is through YouTube, not through the brand that wants me to market their stuff. Anytime I talk about, look, let's be real. Anytime I talk about a brand, I say Heineken is dope. It's fire. Blades are great. Da da da. Da. That's me being honest, right? Even though I'm being honest, I'm still so-called marketing to my industry, which likes clippers and trimmers, about their product and also their blades. Same thing with Oster Fast Feeds. This is my goat. Some people are like, yo, I never tried it. Let me try it. Concise says it's his goat. Let me buy one. Same thing with these. Same thing with these. Same thing with these. These are my goat trimmers. Some people say, I never had those before. Concise always talks about, 'em. Let me go ahead and pick it up. So if my words have value in the industry, and I'm telling people my honest truth, brands are looking at that as, hey, we might need to send Concise something because he might get us some traction. That's business, y'all. I come from corporate, so I understand how all this goes. That's why when people be going so crazy about white label stuff, I think I just look at stuff just a little bit different. Money doesn't make the world go round. That makes it round. It's about the payback. You give me 10, I gave you 15. Yeah. But once money gets involved, opinions do change. Yeah, I think that's fatal. I think that's the difference. I think that's where people need to change, right? Once money gets involved, opinions change. That's it shouldn't always be that. I'll let you know if this is a dope product or not, money involved or not. Can I be honest with y'all? This is why for me being Concise the Barber, being my own brand, right? That I haven't really just dived into one brand. I like I like being the middleman. I like trying all different things, testing it out, letting y'all know my thoughts on it. You should be able to get paid. You should be able to get paid. That's underline that. But most companies, but most people not doing it to give their honest opinion. They are lying for the money. That's why I say you got that's why I say you got to understand who you're doing business with. To be honest, it's marketing for companies. Very much so. Yes, brand endorsers are always allowed to say things negative about a brand. Yes, brand endorsers are they allowed to say things negative about a brand? No, they can't even use other brands in public. Yeah. So can I how many of y'all want yes friends? How many want the people around you to always be yes man? Whatever you do, whatever your ideas are, they always like, yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. They always hyping you up. They never let you know if it's something, nah, that ain't it. They are the worst to listen to. Yeah, I mean, for real, y'all, like, can we just do some due diligence? Not every person that gets paid is is a paid actor in a sense of I'm only going to say good things about this and that. I, I'll be real. Not everybody is that. Zero, but the world is 99% yes men. Let's be honest. Real men are rare breeds. They don't have to be. They don't have to be. You just choose. We can choose that. Endorse ambassadors are yes men publicly. If you want yes men around, you need to do some character evaluating. Very much so. Can't trust them at this point. They just salesmen. Yeah. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that in this industry, um, there's two different sides I looked at this for real. Um, some of y'all are great content creators. Great. And brands are using your content to make money off of it. And you don't get no cut. I don't care how much you love barbering. If you're not going to tap in the side of business as the brand is tapping into the side of business, then you're doing yourself a disservice. That's just that. You don't have to be, but what is the reality? Got you. I know, but we got to make better choices. Our care if you sway I mean, I ain't trying to tell my age, but I'm almost 40, right? Like I'm not even trying to be like that. I'm giving me like how can I say this? When I first got into the industry, getting a free clipper, so called, man, I was what? Yes, let's go. Now where I'm at, how can I say this? Do I want to try everything under the sun? Majority, yes. Am I going to? No, because now I have a different eye. I got a different eye. And now that I know that you can go on a brand's social media account and they're always promoting other people's stuff. And some people we get hyped. Like, yo, so this brand just tag me in this. We get hyped. Let's slow down. Why are they tagging me? Oh, because I'm using their product. So as much as I'm a barber and I'm staying true to the industry, right? Brands are staying true to their marketing and their branding. I'm gonna stay true to my business side. That's just that. Some people gonna like it, some people gonna understand it, and that's okay. I work with some healthy brands. I would tell y'all right now, they understand. Am I different? Very much so. I am. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not, yeah. Now also this is what I'm saying too. I'm not saying that because relationships with brands do matter. I'm not saying that if y'all know what a media kit is, then I'm not saying every time that they want to do something with you, every time that you throw out a media kit. To be honest, I think y'all should have a healthy understanding on how things work. Do I think you should get paid? Very much so. Do I think you should have an affiliate code? Very much so. Very much so. If you're going to do anything with any brand and they want to utilize your what you have going on, then I think you should get paid back for that. That's just me. Getting your foot in the door and all that jazz, that could be different. It's just like cutting hair. Concise, are you getting a West Tech? Um, honestly, I might. I ain't gonna say I might, but that's pending. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I think loyalty to your audience. I think loyalty is to your audience and brand first most. Yeah. Well, I'll say it like this. I think loyalty to yourself first. Don't play yourself. Be real with yourself. Be real with the audience from there on out. But I'll be honest, my audience is not just barbers. My audience is not just barbers. But that was just a quick topic. I'm like I said, we can if y'all want to talk about it because I'm that part you said it, baby bro. Appreciate it. Because like I said, I know my outlook is different in some things, and I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I know there's going to be more content creators coming up, and they're going to be getting into this lane of doing product reviews and stuff like that. And they also might be getting some paid content coming through. We don't need to bash them. We don't need to bash them. At the end of the day, just check them out. See if you like the content, see if they're loyal, see if they're honest, and you go from there. You either feel like, yo, you know what? Nah, it's up to you at the end of the day. But not everybody is moved by money. Not everybody's moved by money, y'all. We got to stop that. I'll be honest. Like as this industry on the barbering side, not everybody's moved by money. Also, but also on the brand side, not everybody's gonna do everything for free. And that's real. That's the reality, whether we like it or not. Relationships do matter. I'm a huge fan, and yes, he's authentic as they come, coming from good stock. I think you're all brave for even being in this field. Yeah, it's a crazy field. Full time barber. Gotta love it though. You gotta love it. But yeah, I'm not to say I'm over my time, but I appreciate y'all for even the feedback. Hopefully that you know that y'all figure out all your favorite goats. Hopefully that y'all got something through what I said at the end about content creators. I'm just standing up for content creators as myself because I see sometimes people talk about us. I don't know why. I mean, you go out and do the same work we do. It's work, you know what I mean? But I'm just sticking up for yeah. Here, right. Problem is we don't know that's not up if they pay it or not. Yeah, some people just want to get in where they fit in, right? What was the topic dropping tonight? Oh, Fatal, you late, man. What vids are dropping soon? Um, I got three. I'm not sure exactly the order, but a haircut tutorial will probably be next with detachables. But I just did my goats. I did my goats corded and cordless, clippers and trimmers. Yeah, some people just want to get in where they fit in. They just want to be down with the get down. But like I said, you got to vet that yourself at the end of the day. This is YouTube. We all follow people that we think is, that's right up our speed, up our alley. We rock with what they, how they go about their stuff. And that's it at the end of the day. I mean, I appreciate everybody that rock with me, for real, for real. But even some that don't rock with me. For one, I appreciate those that really don't rock with me, but they still watch my content and still be in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I do. I'm not even gonna lie. I appreciate y'all. Some things y'all can give me some healthy uh criticism on, and some stuff just be algorithm for me, analytics. But yeah, I'm gonna get going though, y'all. Hopefully, y'all have a great night. I appreciate y'all rocking with Keep It Concise podcast. Lord willing, we'll be here next week, 10 p.m. Next week, I probably will have even more, maybe some more. How can I say this? Some more barber expos, and I'll probably come up with a topic. Maybe if y'all want to discuss, what I said at the end even more, let me know. If not, it's okay. But y'all have a blessed evening, man, and I appreciate y'all for following your boy. Take it easy.